introducing something for a church that's coming up, and would you be willing just to answer some basic questions about Christmas? Not trying to trick you or anything along those lines?
I'm just here for Native American Heritage Month.
Okay.
Against nobody, but we have our own culture.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, these are questions of information, not, questions. There's no ulterior motive with this at all.
As long as, because I have to.
You're working. If a customer comes up, then we can pull the plug on this. Just any ideas about kind of where Christmas came from?
Well, if you ask a Native American or any indigenous person, they can tell you that it comes from a certain part of the world. For people of the Americas, we didn't have the idea of Christmas. We had the idea of respecting the earth, respecting the environment, respecting the animals, and respecting ourselves. We can't respect ourselves if we don't respect our environment. So for us, every day is a day to give. To us, every day is a day to celebrate. When the sun comes up every day, we thank the sun and we thank the earth. And that's how Native people live. The idea of Christmas, the idea of sin, the idea of hell and fear and all these ideas are more recent. They're new to the Americas. So we have no idea of the spirit of Christmas because we give all the time. And that's the way we're taught. By our community, by our elders, and by our tradition. Is to share. To share and be people that are willing to give a little bit of who they are. That way when we leave this earth, we don't leave just in vain. People know us as good people. And that's how we should live.
Any suggestions that you have? If you could tell a church about Christmas, what kind of advice would you give?
Well, any church or any establishment, we want to make sure that we treat people good like we want to be treated. We are open to other people and their ways just like we want to be respected in our ways. We want to make sure that we don't offend nobody and that we live a good life in this world. So that way our spiritual life can be just as blessed. Because the things that we do today is going to affect our spiritual world. It's going to affect our future generations as well. So what we lay down today as seeds, we want to plant them in the right way, make sure that things come out the best for everybody, not just for ourselves.
I'm going to ask you some questions of kind of information about Christmas. Do you know about when Christmas first happened?
Now, the history of Christmas, I'm not too certain. And I know in a lot of ways people would like to shop. It's become more of a commercialized idea, just like everything else has been commercialized. The idea that people need to respect the idea of creation, I think that's important. The idea of having family, having something to share with those in need. I think that's the spirit of any type of festivity, where people can look after each other. And that's the idea of being a good-hearted person.
What about for Christians? Obviously, Christmas has a lot to do with Jesus. Any idea who Jesus' parents were?
Jesus' parents. This we're talking about Joshua now. This an African person that comes from Egypt. That his parents are supposed to be Joseph and Mary. But then they say that there was a person that was the Holy Spirit. Everybody has their stories of creation. We have ours, just the way things were from the beginning. And from my understanding, that's something that took place. And there's various stories of creation, but that's from my understanding.
What about the virgin birth? Any idea about how to explain that?
Well, there's things that can be explained and things that can't be explained. I'm pretty sure there's miracles that happen throughout the world, and there's prophets that are throughout the world. But at the same time, it's when things are misconstrued for the benefit of kings and rulers and people in power, then they become their own interpretation, their own hermeneutics, their own ideology of truth. And then when we mix ideology with truth, it doesn't become something that's real. It becomes something that's passed on. There's no validity behind it. If you study logic, or if you study something that's valid, then you would understand that if something is passed on from generation to generation, then it can have some more validity. But when it's misconstrued by kings and rulers and different people that want to impose and put ideas in the heads of other people just because for their own personal gain, then it doesn't become something that's truth. It becomes something that's the truth only the few, only the ones that are in power. But when, for us, for Native people, we have the idea of oral tradition. It's something that's passed on from generation to generation and is preserved in that manner. Not killing trees and saying this is what's reality, this is what's true. Truth comes within the spirit, within the heart of the people.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.